brought one of those long chisel. Whether we could.
I just threw a pen at you. Whoops, there's a pen in there. Okay. Might be useful to put a stick piece of 2x4.
Yeah, I would assume it should.
Check that.
Check that first.
We go in for lunch.
the place where actually we found last fall, we found a tusk of a Gomphotherium, which is an elephant-like creature. And so we worked on that yesterday morning and got pretty much recovered. So we're going to show you how we jack and recover specimens this morning, and then we're going to do some prospecting or looking for fossils this morning. And then we'll meet back at the vehicles at 11:30 to head back here for lunch. Lunch is at 12 to 1 o'clock.
Yay!
Like food. And then we'll head back out and do some more prospecting in another area between 1 and 3:30 here. So. And then we'll be back here, meet back here at 4 for what we call happy hour.
Yay!
Bring your own drinks. Yeah. And then we'll hopefully be able to share all the fossils we collected, right? All these fossils, and we'll talk about that. And okay. The fossils here range in age from 12 million to 7 million. And we're looking at terrestrial mammals, or land-dwelling mammals. So no dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, so we won't find dinosaurs. We'll find other things. The significance of this area is that because we have this long succession of time and rocks, and actually through that we're lucky because we have a series of ash beds that run pretty evenly throughout the section that we're able to date. So if we find any fossil in any part of the section or the series of rocks, we know pretty precisely what age it is. So what we've done, or what Dave's done over time and other people, is constructed where animals appear and disappear through time. So during that stretch of time, we're able to see what's coming in or what's dying or things like that. So that's the significance out here is the faunal assemblage and what's happening over time and how we can actually see that change. I'll talk about some of the animals that we find. So the most common things that we're hopefully going to find, because this hasn't been true, but we'll find the other things. But the most common things are camels out here, and this is that's an ankle boneless camel. So we have about 4 different types of camels. You go, wait, camels in North America? How did they get there? Well, actually, camels have practically their whole evolutionary history, about 40 million years, in North America. They actually developed in North America, and then they left. Yeah. So we have camels. Camels kind of took all kinds of different forms and did different things. And so we have little camels all the way to the large camel we have here is a giraffe size. So if you saw it walking around today, you go, oh, but actually it's a camel. So as you also notice, as I'm showing these things, I'm not pulling out skeletons, right? I'm pulling out parts. So this is what we'll find. This area doesn't preserve skeletons or semi-articulate skeletons. Most of what we find, we're going to find parts. Okay, but this is enough to let us know what it is. We could tell. Basically, we've gotten very good at identifying parts. So that's a camel. Okay, and then the next common thing we have is a horse. We have this is a horse jaw. But the horses were a little bit different back in this time, about 9 million years ago or so. They were 3-toed. They have 3 toes. Because horses today have how many toes? 1.
Well, one big one.
1 toe. 1 toe. And they had actually 3. They actually walked on 3 toes. And they were about and then so that's the next most common thing we'll find. This is a tusk of a thing called a Gomphotherium. This is what we have one that's a little bit longer, that's about 4 feet. That's in the ground. We're gonna collect that this morning, but it's not complete. This is complete. So this is a tusk of a thing that's distantly related to the elephant, called a Gomphotherium. So what it is, they had a set of tusks in the uppers, like modern elephants do today, and they also had a set below. So they have 4 tusks. And also we have antelopes out here. So North America had antelopes, and this is horned corn from antelope. That's one side. And then this is a little jog one. So there was a running river or stream through here. There's also a freshwater lake. So very different than what it is today. The desert is a very modern invention. Really briefly on kind of how we're kind of going to go collecting. I mentioned prospecting. Basically what it is, we're not going to necessarily go to a hole. Well, we are going to go this morning, but not necessarily take you to a hole or a place in the ground and say, okay, we're going to find fossils. The fossils are going to be basically everything you see potentially contains fossils. So we're going to go in an area and basically wander around looking on the ground for fossils. That's called prospecting. If we find something in the ground that's going into a hill or a slope that needs to be excavated, that's excavation. That's a whole separate process. We're going to show you that this morning. But mainly what you'll be doing this morning or this weekend is prospecting. So you're going to be going around looking for for bones, and so the more ground or more you wander around, the more potential you're going to have to find something. If there starts to be having fossils in one place, then okay, we need to stop and take a good look in that area. But if you're not really finding fossils, move on. And so, and amongst all the paleo people, we're all trying to kind of keep spread out. So hopefully there'll be someone nearby. So if you do see something or have a question, we're always available to grab us and ask us this question. Okay, make sure everybody has a name tag. Everybody has a name tag.
No.
So we've got all our tools, our picks, screwdrivers, hammers, collecting bags. Oh boy. And cameras.
D ride.
This may be the highlight of the trip.
Maybe a D ride, not quite an E ride.
This is way better than a roller coaster.
Hey, once everyone's out of the vehicle, come on down here. Be careful, the vehicle's coming up and down this wash. You don't want to be out in the middle playing around. Just, keep your eye out, use some good common sense.
Is this washing that we use to clear the traffic? Okay, everybody ready?
You got everybody?
Or else you can have another type of fossilization. We're talking about bones. You can have like the La Brea, which is extreme, which is actual bone, but actually what preserves that is not minerals, but the asphalt.
Okay.
So that's another type of preservation, but very atypical, right? Very rare, right?
Amber?
Red Rock is a fantastic place to come look for fossils because the fossils, one, are here, and that's not happens everywhere, and two, they span a fair amount of time. We have about 6 million years worth of rocks exposed here, with fossils throughout most of them. So the fascinating thing here at Red Rock is we can find fossils at one level, and we know they're maybe 12 million years old, and we go to a different canyon, and they're only 8 million years old, and we can see how the animals have changed between the 12 million year level and the 8 million year level. The rocks formed here because we are in an interior basin. This was a semi-dry lake basin during the time it was being deposited. Streams were flowing out of what is today Nevada, flowing into this basin, filling it up with sediments, and animals that were living along those streams would die. Their bones would fall into the stream, get buried, and we come back 12 million years later and dig them up as fossils. The most common fossil we find are camels. Camels were a North American invention, I like to say. Camels evolved in North America originally. Their entire fossil history until the Ice Age was North American. We probably have 6 to 8 different kinds of camels, ranging in size from something slightly larger than a small deer up to an animal the size or even slightly larger than a giraffe with a long neck like a giraffe. It looked like a giraffe. It probably thought it was a giraffe. The important thing about Red Rock is that it spans this large span of time, and independently we know how much time it spans, not just because we find the fossils, but we have independent ways of testing and measuring that time from rocks, from little basically radioactive clocks that have been buried in the rocks through volcanic activity, and we have ways of using geophysical techniques to go back and actually take those rocks and measure the time, and we've done that through the section. And so any fossil we find out here, we can probably tell you within 150, 200,000 years exactly how old it is. Not just looking at the fossil, because of the rock it came out of, and that we know how old the rocks are at different layers. There it is, he's got it. So then you look up and down the gully to see if you can find more of it. And that's just a piece of shaft bone or something. And that thickness and that texture, that's a piece of shaft. Yeah. Everyone needs to. Oh yes, she's got a bigger piece yet. So yeah, so something came out. It's fossils. That's what the bones look like. Yeah.
Dad, come here. The fossils.
It doesn't crumble.
That's what the bone looks like. Here's an unerupted tooth. Here's a baby tooth, a shiny, sort of brownish thing. There's see how it's smooth here, so they got all sorts of bumpings on it. This one is smooth on the outside. So someplace there is more. Under Karen, catching it. Just big chunks. Yes. Where was that? On the around the corner. Yeah, this whole little gully. This looks great.
He's reassembling it right here.
Where's the shoe?
We're still missing
That much on that
that
side.
much.
See what they're missing, Jordan?
And the head.
And the head.
body.
Oh well.
The body.
Well, now you're getting really
God,
demanding.
that's nice though.
Picky, picky,
Isn't that
picky.
pretty?
That bird. Definitely keep her. Never found a guard for it before that.